Yeah, it's Thursday, and I have no idea what date it is. Probably 12th, 13th, or something like that. And just going for a shower. And I've spent the last 3 days pulling together all of the digital bits and pieces that I have. By the way, it's probably windy out here, so I'm going to pick this up when I get into the shower room. So just give me a second. Ground control to Major Tom. I wonder how many millions of those we've got across the planet. So yeah, as I was saying, for the last 3 days I've been pulling together, where are you? You're there. I've been pulling together all my digital assets, including Social Gandalf, stuff about the laser cutting, fundraising for that, leaflets, all that stuff. And I feel like I'm finally got somewhere where today I can actually work on it properly. Also, this is really annoying me. This is from working in a warehouse. These like dry skin things. I don't know if it's where my glasses go. I haven't got them with me. Cause I've got them with me on my head. I think it's sweat, but I'm not quite sure how that's there. But I really don't like it because when you're on video, it just makes you look really strange. So I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about a lot of things really, but you do what you can, can't you? So yeah, I've pulled all those things together and sketched them all out, and I actually feel in the mood today, on the last day of course of my 4 days off, of actually getting the leaflet together. Believe it or not, I do have a plan of how I want this all to work and roll out, based around not just having time off, but how I am, which can be, I can have like incredibly mad mood swings between wanting to work to wanting to rest to being completely exhausted. And I'm not sure if that's a medical thing or not, but I'm trying to apply logic to how it impacts me. So, you know, I've given myself a reasonable amount of time to try and raise some funds for overcoming the fear of going into this idea. I'm pretty sure it's something that I can jump out of bed and do every morning and feel like I'm doing something productive and of value. That's huge to me. I just can't stand the idea of just water cooler chat where it goes nowhere, or you're doing a job which is, I know people are going to be pissed about this, but like, we accept the sort of monochrome of jobs. We kind of allow ourselves to be packaged because we need the money to survive, and yet we sacrifice almost our identity and our passion and creativity in exchange for that money, time and money, which is super precious, especially when you see your kids growing up, especially when I see my daughter growing up. I want to provide more for my daughter. I don't want to provide loads of plastic little bits and bobs that have come over on a bloody boat from China for 6 weeks. Something value, sustainable, with substance. So yeah, that light is terrible in here, isn't it, on the camera and the video. Let me go over here. That's a little bit better. I'm going to have a shower in there. Yeah, so let me pause. Don't know about you, but I'm continually having moments of concern that my life is just running away with me. Time is just dripping down, and no matter how fast or how much I adapt, my sort of predestination is already in place, and that pisses me off and makes me want to battle against it. I will get that flyer done today, and I will send it to the guy who makes them, and I will get a quote for 5,000 of them, and I'm going to give them out to everywhere. I've already made a list of places where I can take it. It's going to be a double-sided flyer, and it's going to have about the project, and then on the other side about fundraising, to get over the fear, but also to try and get across to people about social spaces and social spaces for children, fundamentally. I think it's a bit scary to talk to people about hybrid spaces. I think people expect a business to pop up, it runs for a bit, it sells stuff for a bit, then customers don't come, and then it closes, and nobody really knows why. And people just write it off as it just didn't work. Whereas what I would like to do is to create a space which is a hybrid space, which has 3 or 4 different usage, from the coffee, the training, the laser cutting, the co-working, mainly to reinforce the conversation about the space, because the space is the important bit, the social space is the important bit. You can do all those things, but you need a space to be able to do them in. And our current way of looking at those things is very regimented. You are a business, you are this, you are that, you are a country hall, you are a community centre. And they come with different kinds of baggage as well. People's interpretations of what will be inside and the people who go there. Like, there's certain places that I've been to in New York, for instance, like a bagel shop that has a certain kind of demographic in there at certain times of day. So I guess what I'm trying to do really with the apiary stuff is I'm trying to create a number of things. One, I'm trying to change my lifestyle, obviously. Doing something that I love to do, which is the laser cutting, as a business, I guess. But to start with, to kind of tell the story about these new ways of working. Co-working, I've tried co-working in a number of places, and if it's bigger than 2, 3, 4 people, especially in the UK, it just doesn't work. Or at least I've not found a group of people yet that have that sort of common bond of understanding the idea of sort of a shareable life and shareable time, bartering time between each other, which is annoying because I'm sure it happens stateside. The coffee thing is a no-brainer. There's no good coffee within 10 miles, 15 miles of where I am. And a lot of those places in the countryside you can't pay with card, which is beyond me. And then the final thing is that the Coda Dojo for kids. There's loads of kids that come up here every weekend, and my daughter has become like a brand advocate for kids in this place. She knows the site, she's been here many weekends over the past year. And instead of them just, obviously outdoor games, fantastic, they can go and play football, cricket, tennis, whatever they do. But I also think it's wise for them to have an hour or 2 hours learning a skill, a talent, and programming, and just that creativity, inspiring that creativity into your children, I think is paramount, it's crucial. So bringing all those things together as a sort of hybrid idea isn't alien, I don't think, to the majority of people. It just seems to be for the business world of profit and loss. It seems very regimented, and I don't want that. I want something that has a sort of organic feel to it. I know we overuse the word organic, but I can't think of another way of saying something that will have a life of its own and we can bring up in a clean, sustained way. That's kind of what organic means to me. Anyway, I'm going to have a shower. I'm just rattling on. Back at the van, all refreshed, had a shower, having coffee, working on this text document. I was going to reboot my machine and bring the machine down here to work at this sort of level, to save on my legs, because I know I've got 4 days ahead of that. Still waiting for my backup drive to move all my photos across to the new iPhoto in iOS. Yosemite. Thanks for that by... I can't think of his name now. He's going to kill me. Not Paul, not Adam. Adam. Maybe Adam. Yosemite. Latest update comes with iPhoto. And it's taking forever to cache all my photos across, but it's jumped from 13% to 32%, so I'm going to leave it running. I'm going to work on this text on my iPad now and have coffee, and then jump back into that to start making the flyer in Canva, and so far so good.
Realise that this is a 10 minutes video, so I'm going to call it quits here and give you an update later on. Cheers!